you have to lock in the fundamental need first, right? And so now come case study number 2, another HDB MOP case, Mr. and Mrs. Lim, 3 kids, okay? I think it was at that point in time, primary 5, primary 3, and like a newborn, okay? Dual income, combined salary of approximately 20,000, so very, very comfortable for them, right? They own a HDB BTO at 213A Punggol Walk, right? That one is a 5-room instead. So not the same cluster lah, but same road also called Punggol Walk. Their original intention was simply to upgrade to a condo, but continue to stay within Punggol. And so this is why I have that saying that I always say, where HDB upgraders, they have a sort of stickiness to the area because the whole family is now in that area, albeit Punggol, right? Last time we keep saying Punggol, very, very ulu, but their parents started to shift closer to help look after the grandkids, so their family started to form over there. Their whole life starts to revolve around there. So while they can well afford to upgrade to a better location, they don't want, and they chose to upgrade within Punggol. So which is why I say the condos within the OCR, and especially the condos in the vicinity of a lot of HDB units, would tend to do well in terms of capital appreciation. How well, later on you take a look, okay? So they sold at MOP. I didn't put at what price. Later on I got the price. They sold at $580,000, okay, at MOP. And they purchased a Park Central's 4-bedroom, which is also in Punggol, okay? And for those of you who are familiar with Punggol, familiar with 4-bedroom units in Punggol, now you look at that price, super duper cheap. I didn't manage to do a quick check because I was rushing for the content today. It's super hard to buy a 4-bedroom in Punggol now. There's like literally no supply, and I believe the cheapest 4-bedroom you're going to be able to get probably is like $1.5 to $1.6 million already in Punggol, assuming you can even get one. So they then purchased, right? Why I chose this, what's the difference between this one versus the first case study, is that they did the very traditional. So this is a very traditional sell one, buy two, buy one for own stay, and got a second one for investment, right? A 2-bed, 2-bath unit at Florence Residences at $980,000. So where do they stand today? So I think it's a bit small, but I think you can see. So we are this guy over here, October 2018, we sold it for $580,000, but somehow or other, had they even held on to today, the prices are still hovering around there, but maybe go up 20,000, right? Nobody has managed to hit 600,000 yet, but maybe we can. So I'm going to assume if we hold today, we're going to achieve a $20,000 profit. But instead of other than focusing here, why I list out this whole chunk, you see prices actually did dip after 2018 to a similar unit over here, 13 to 15 floor, sold at $555,000. So that's a decrease of $25,000. Yeah, $25,000 drop in price. So this is how I put things into perspective. Had they stayed put, right, they would probably have gained like $20,000. Maybe we can sell today because of the market at $600,000, right? But by choosing to move Park Centrals, right, even though our original intention for that unit was not really to make money, but more so to keep them within Punggol in a location that they want, because of family, kids' school, and whatnot. We got that, and thankfully the price have came up, right? Valuation today is 1.58, but I'm very, very confident we'll easily fetch 1.6, maybe even 1.65, because there's no supply of 4-bedroom units within walking distance to the MRT. So this is like a conservative kind of profit that I'm putting it in. And for Florence, right, I've also put in the perspective over here. We are on the top right hand corner, purchased at $980,000. Take a look at the bottom left hand corner, a similar size unit that was purchased in May last year for $1.14 million, and that represents a paper gain of $160,000. So you add those two together, we are sitting on a $270,000 gain by taking action just 3 years back. So what's the key takeaway, right? Other than the fact that they made a really good chunk of change, this is a classic sell one buy two unit, right? For the first purchase, we focused on finding a unit that is comfortable for them. Yeah, for their own stay, you have to lock in the fundamental need first, right? Which is a roof over your head in the location that you want. So we determined that, because at that point in time, we actually have, because with $20,000 disposable income, combined income, we had many options. We could have gone for a new launch 4 or 5 bedroom, and just go and focus on that. In the end, they decided that they are more comfortable just purchasing one. They didn't really have a lot of intentions for that to make a lot of money. So we entered into Park Central's eyes wide open, saying that we focus to buy one that's fundamentally strong in an area of high demand, low supply, good proximity to the MRT, so in the future we have no problems selling, right? Because no choice, we had to continue staying in that area, because even at that point in time, looking for a 4-bedroom within the walking distance to the MRT was super duper hard. So can you imagine today? Gonna be crazy. But no choice, we had to go for that. Going to it eyes wide open. This one not meant to make money. If can make money, good. If not, we buy fundamentally strong so that we don't lose money. And then we have the second name to go and buy a new launch, and we use that one to make money instead. And again, right, we started off with, because it's sell one buy two, the way I say it sounds very simple, but is it scary? It's super duper scary, especially for somebody that again is starting or is currently only servicing a mortgage for a $580,000 HDB, of which they probably only have bought it at $300,000-$400,000, probably 3/4 of the way paid off already, to then take up a mortgage of 1.4 plus 900,000. So that's going to bring us close to, in excess of $2.5 million already. It's a huge jump. So how do you, make yourself feel safe, right? Give you some confidence to make this move. It's to assure you that if anything happens, you have a reserve fund, you have a piggy bank to go to help you service that. So with the way we structured everything, we managed to still carve out, a 20 months reserve period. So in the end, in the event anything happen, we can tap off that reserve funds. Why we go for the new launch is also because the new launch repayment is not so high. Yeah, at that point in time, their repayment was like a couple of $100 because it was just newly built. So they had a lot of options at that point in time. Right, we were also exploring, do we then just go straight to a landed property at that point in time? But in the end, we sort of figured like the kind of landed property that we wanted to go for wasn't that fantastic. So we came to a decision. Okay, let's just do this. This is we were very sure that this is only an interim step for us to go towards our next goal. So every time we move our clients, we agree together. Okay, this is not the last step. This is just the interim. We have 2 more steps moving forward. We have the next steps moving forward, and then everything we enter eyes wide open. We have already considered all options available before we enter. And today, right, we are sitting on so many options. Option number 1, we can sell Florence and we can roll it into a slightly bigger resale property, or not resale property, investment property, right? Can continue to roll that in terms of the profit. $160,000 in 3 years. Okay, we can liquidate both and purchase that landed property today at a much better price point as opposed to what they could look at in 2 years back. Of course, bearing in mind the fact that you might be saying landed prices also skyrocket lah. But hey, we have made a fair bit of profit as well. We can use that to buffer for the increase. Okay, and on top of that, they still have their investments doing work for them. They have savings for them. So today we are going to sit down and sort of weigh out the options to them now, right? And we have a lot more options than we have just 3 years back, thanks to the move that we have made, right? So another takeaway over here is, if you were to do something like that that's perhaps a little bit more sophisticated, perhaps a little bit more uncomfortable, would that give you more options moving forward? If in the end you realize that, go through all this trouble, it probably is not going to be it's not like it's going to offer me a lot more options, then maybe you just go for the more traditional method, or even stay put.